Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks very much for joining me for this week's Festive Friday Sews video. Friday Sews was set up by Jen from Today and Jen Sewing Room, and a Festive Friday Sews is a Friday Sews that happens in December, so it has a little bit of extra festive cheer. So thank you very much if you're coming back to my channel, if you've watched any of my previous videos, and if you're a new subscriber or viewer, then you're very welcome. I hope you've all had a lovely week. I certainly have here, so I'm keen to tell you all about it. Before I get started though, I would like to say a big thank you to anybody who's tagged me over on Instagram recently because of anything you've seen on this channel. I absolutely love it when that happens. So I've been tagged in things like the little fabric basket I made a few weeks ago, the things I made for a gift in November, just generally things like that, and I absolutely love seeing your beautiful creations. And yeah, it brings me so much joy to see that you've been inspired by something you've seen on this channel, so thank you very much. So how was my week? My week was very good. When I left you the last time, we were going to stay with my parents for the weekend, which was lovely. I got my hair done finally, which was just marvellous. So I had a great time doing that. We got to catch up with friends, got to catch up with family. Myself and Mr. French Seams snuck out for a wonderful date night, which was wonderful. My parents babysat my two little boys, so they had an absolute ball of a time. They absolutely loved it. They were taken out for pizza. They were treated royally. They loved it. We snuck away to the hotel where we actually had our wedding reception 10 years ago. So we found the window actually where I've got a picture of me in my wedding dress. So I'll pop in the picture of me in my wedding dress 10 years ago, and then the picture of me last weekend. So it was absolutely gorgeous to go back there, and we had a really wonderful time reminiscing about the last 10 years, but it was really great. I got to wear my lovely new leopard print skirt, and I have had a few questions about this over the week, so bear with me. So you will remember that a few weeks ago I made a grenadine skirt in this beautiful pink fabric from Rainbow Fabrics, and I followed it to the letter of the pattern, and it has this lovely kind of swoosh detail across the front. It's quite tricky to see, but you can see there's a bit of a seam line there in the front. But then when I made my leopard print version recently, again in fabric from Rainbow Fabrics, I didn't do that. So it's just a straightforward plain front. And I did get a few questions here on YouTube and also over on Instagram about how I did it, because I didn't want to break up the print. So I thought it might actually be easier just to show you what I did. So basically this is the pattern piece. This is the top piece. So you can see it's got the little kind of the line detail here. So that's the top piece. And then it also comes with this bottom piece. And that's how you put the two pieces of the skirt front together. Basically what I did was I folded them both in half, and then I lay them on the fold on the fabric. So I have this piece here, and I have this basically on the fold here, and then I put this on the fold below it, taking into account a seam allowance, if I turn it the right way. So basically I put it on the fold like this, so it just looks like one straight panel of a skirt. I measured then the distance between this and this to make sure it matched the centre back on the back skirt, and then I measured from here to here to make sure that matched the side seam on the back skirt, and that seemed to work pretty well. So it's not terribly scientific, and hopefully it works for you too, but it's lovely to be able to do that for a print that you don't want to break up. So basically you end up with a pattern piece that looks like that. So hopefully that helped. But yeah, gorgeous skirt, loved wearing it. Had my little matching clutch bag, and we just had a lovely weekend. So thank you very much, and thank you for all the anniversary well wishes as well. Then the next day I went out for a lovely lunch with my lovely dad. So I'll pop in a picture here. We went for a very cheeky lobster and crayfish roll, which was absolutely delicious. My dad had heard of this place and he was keen to go, so I was very happy to go with him. So we had a lovely day together. And then we came back up. So the week has been good. So it's been full of kind of end of term things with my boys. They've been having Christmas concerts. They've been wearing Christmas jumpers. They've been wearing Santa hats all week. They're just in the best form, but you can tell they get a little bit tired now towards the end of the term, but they're just having a whale of a time with all their festive activities. It's absolutely gorgeous. This morning, because myself and Mr. French Seams are off work, we snuck out for a cheeky little coffee date in a relatively nearby hotel. It's absolutely beautiful, and every year they always have a gingerbread house display, so I'll pop in a little video of it here. It's absolutely beautiful. We go every year and it's just so beautifully done, and the lobby smells like gingerbread. It's absolutely gorgeous. So as you can see, we've been having a wonderful festive time. Speaking of festive, actually I should let you know what I'm wearing. So my little Christmas lights, which I love. So they do actually turn on, the lights turn on, they flash and stuff, but I'll spare you that. And then I have a jumper that I made last year, which I absolutely love. And of course my lovely ash jeans as always. So this is actually it's a Billy sweatshirt, and it's basically made from leftovers I had from other projects. So I think I made my husband a jumper in this green, and then I made myself a pearl cardigan in the white, and then I had this beautiful kind of gold glitter ribbing that I got from Carla Fabrics a couple of years ago, and I really wanted to make this Christmas tree sweatshirt. So it's a Billy sweatshirt, but I've hacked in this Christmas tree in kind of, it's this origami folding technique. So it's a free pattern on the Mizuzu Patterns website, which I'll link below. It's actually a children's pattern, but I made the biggest size, and it seems to fit perfectly. And you just slash across here, you create all these really cool folds and seam lines, and it fits perfectly into a Billy sweatshirt. And I love wearing this. I think it's really, really cool. These are just woven cotton fabrics, I think from Aldi Fat Quarters last year, which I still can find this year. But it's just a really, really cool pattern, and I love wearing this in the lead up to Christmas. I really, really enjoy it. So that's what I'm wearing today. We're in full-on festive mode. So what else have I been doing this week? So I have been doing a little bit of decoration sewing. So my very, very lovely friend Mandy from Make It Sew, I'll link her channel below. She has a YouTube channel, and also she's over on Instagram. She very, very kindly, when we went to our sewing retreat recently, gave me a little cross stitch kit, and I adore cross stitch. And I should do it more often because I absolutely love it. So actually, if I spin back here, if you see this little cherub here, this was my very, very first cross stitch project. I think I was in 3rd class. I must have been about 9 or 10, and my teacher taught us all how to do it. And I made this little guy, and I absolutely love it. My mum got it framed for me a couple of years ago. I love it, and that was my first cross stitch project. Do not look too closely, but I've loved cross stitch since then, and you know how much I love flamingos. So this week I made up the beautiful kit that Mandy gave me, and it's so gorgeous. It's a little flamingo, so I put a little sequin thing here to hang on our Christmas tree, and it's just so beautiful. I love doing it. It took maybe a night or two, and I just got totally in the zone, and I just really, really enjoyed doing it. So Mandy, thank you very, very much for that. I loved it, and I'm now Googling more cross stitch kits because I've totally got into it, and also inspired by the lovely Michelle over in Sewing Bunny. I'm loving her Vlogmas. I think she's got a cross stitch advent calendar which looks marvelous, and she always does beautiful cross stitch. So I loved doing this week. So Mandy, thank you very, very much. Flamingos and crafting, yes please. The next thing I got made up was another little Christmas decoration. So you may remember that, actually pull them over here, I was making little foundation paper piecing blocks. So this is my little fox. So the same company that does that had a thing on Instagram this week. They're Joe, June and May, and they had a thing for a free sewing machine foundation paper piecing Christmas decoration. I think it was actually on the Bernina website or something. Anyway, I jumped at this opportunity and I made one up. So here's my little Christmas tree decoration. So here's my little sewing machine. I added a little bit of thread and the little needle here, and then I had to add Becky, Jazz and Wow, her little snowflake buttons. I had to add one on there. I think it looks really cute. And then I just did a thread loop for the top. So I did, this is all foundation paper pieced here, and then I just added a backing and just put a little thread loop, and that's hanging pride of place on our Christmas tree as well. So I think this is adorable. It's a free pattern. I'm hoping it's still free. I will link it below. You just have to sign up to their newsletter, and it took no time at all. So you can just see the little wheel here at the side of the sewing machine. I just think this is the cutest thing. So I've been having great fun making Christmas decorations. Hi everyone, Editing Rachel. So finished doing this vlog, headed out to the shops. It's freezing cold, by the way. Came back, took a look at the Christmas tree, realised I'd completely forgotten to show you one last Christmas decoration. So, and here it is. This was another midnight scroll through Instagram. It's a lovely site that I follow called Simply Eileen, and it's kind of a take on a cathedral pane kind of thing. So I did a fabric covered button for the middle, and then you basically just fold a round of fabric, so double-sided, and then you end up just kind of tucking the sides in, and it gives this beautiful kind of cathedral pane, or like almost like a flower effect and stuff. So I think it's really cute. So I've got glittery fabric, and then I've got a bulb of fabric on the back, but I just thought that was really, really cute. So I knew I had another Christmas decoration to show you. So what else did I get made up? So you remember last week I mentioned that I wanted to make the Atlas zipper pouch. I'll pop in a picture here, and the name of the company has completely escaped me, but it'll be in the picture here. It's basically a zipper pouch that you can open almost like a book, and it's got little vinyl sections. It's great for holding all your tools. So I really wanted to make that up. So I went to try and buy bag foam and interfacing and everything. And between the post and supplies and everything, it never arrived during the week, so I couldn't make that particular pattern. However, during the week, Ellie and Mac released a new pattern called the Claudia Cubic Bag. And the second I saw this, I bought it straight away. It looked so nice. So it's a kind of an asymmetric bag that opens up flat, which is really, really cool. So again, I still didn't have any bag foam or interfacing, but I still went ahead and made it because I was so keen to make up this pattern. It's really, really nice. So I'm delighted with how it came out, but I will definitely make it again when I have the proper supplies. And this is how it came out. So it's this beautiful bag. I've put 2 zips on it. This fabric is astounding. Again, from the very wonderful Mandy, Make It So, who very kindly gave me this fabric at the sewing retreat. It's a beautiful canvas with flamingos. I know it's directional, but I love flamingos and I don't really care which way they go. So this is the bag. You can tell it's a little bit floppy, but I don't think it hugely matters. So it's a really, really cool construction. It's got the zip at the side here. It's got webbing here. It gives you instructions for a fabric handle or a leather handle. I just wanted to use webbing. So it's a lovely kind of boxy size. It comes in a small, medium and large. This is the medium size. But then what you do, you open it up and the inside is great. The inside is tulle fabric and then it sits flat like this, and it opens up fully, and it's got these 2 flaps at the side to keep all your stuff safe. And then I've got a little bit of binding inside, again that's tulle fabric as well. On this side you've got 2 slip pockets, and on this side you have a little elastic pocket. So it's brilliant for holding makeup, sewing supplies, whatever you like. I think it's really, really cool. So you can see, yes, I should have interfaced it, but I was far too impatient and I'm delighted with the results. So this is what it looks like. It's just sitting on your desk and it's absolutely huge. Again, this is the medium size. You can imagine the large is quite large, but it fits loads, and then it tidies up all like this. It gives you instructions just for a zip, but it does say you can put on 2 zips, which is kind of cool. I think it makes a nice little detail. So this is my Claudia cubic bag and I absolutely love it. So you can buy this pattern, but if you buy another Ellie and Mac pattern, you get this pattern for free, which I thought was really, really great. So I had a quick look at the Ellie and Mac website and I ended up buying 2 patterns, so I got that one for free. So the 2 patterns I bought were, the first I wanted to buy for my husband. It's called the Straight Fit Arctic Pullover. So I'll pop in a picture here. So recently my husband bought a jumper, a sweatshirt from a men's outfitter, shall we say, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it is a kind of a 1/4 half zip here, and it's just a sweatshirt with basically a zip. And I was looking at it going, I think I can make that. Very much in the words of the lovely Carol from Sew Carol, who's a fabulous series, basically saying, I could make that. I'll link it below. It's wonderful, where she basically recreates stuff she's seen. So I was looking at that going, I'm sure I could make that. I've made myself a few half zip sweatshirts. Let's see how we go. So when I saw this pattern, I thought that would be perfect. So I've got that now squirreled away for after Christmas, where I will make him a replica of his sweatshirt. But it looks like a really, really cool pattern. And then the other one I bought was for me, and it's called the Jen Polished Vest and Jacket. And I'm popping a picture here. I was totally taken by the kind of the plaid tweed version, sleeveless, really kind of drapey, kind of over jacket kind of thing. It looks very kind of autumnal. It's got a belt. You can add on a hood. I thought it looked really, really nice. So I was delighted with those 2 little pattern purchases and my free pattern for my Claudia cubic bag. So that was my little bit of sewing this week. I did do one more bit of sewing, and I'm not going to show you too much because it'll give away the pattern that I'm doing as part of a collaboration, but I will show you a sneak peek of it and I love it. So this is, and it's throwing sparkles all over my room. I'll give you a little glimpse of it. Here it is. And I wanted to show you that I got my Specky Seamstress Christmas binding, which I absolutely love. So I bound the neckline. I've got a video tutorial on how to do that. I'll link it below. Absolutely love it. So here is lovely sequin fabric that I got from Stitch Fabrics, Rosenberg, at the Knitting and Stitching in Belfast. And then I got this beautiful pink fabric from Love Fabric Ireland. I'll link them below. They have the most wonderful selection of fabrics. So beautiful cuffing, beautiful French terry. And then I also added, as I always do, a little Rosy Cheeks label that says Made to Party, because this is just party. I'm not going to show you much more about it, but I made this this week. I had a wonderful sewing Zoom session with some lovely, lovely sewing friends, and I got that made up super quick. I only broke 2 overlocker needles, which I think is pretty good going, until I realised, let's not overlock this. Life is far too short to overlock sequins. Let's just move on. So that's what I also got done this week. The last thing I got done this week, and this was just a pure indulgence. Pure indulgence. I had this on my mind for about a year, and then I said, look, I really want to make it. It's so silly and so fun. And I made it, and I absolutely love it. And it is this. So it is a little Christmas tree skirt. So I was very influenced. Waves and Wild have a kids skirt pattern, and they made a little kind of hack of that into a little Christmas tree skirt. And I was looking at going, I think I need a Christmas tree skirt in my life. I really, really do. I'm a 40-something-year-old woman. I need a Christmas tree skirt. So I absolutely love how it came out. So I had a bit of leftover punty, I think, that I got from Beyond the Pink Door years ago that I made a dress out of. So that's just the base. And then I had this beautiful gold glittery fabric that I got from Crafty Studio. years and years ago, and I thought that would make a good kind of waistband. Then it does have lights in it, so I made a little cubby at the back for a little little fairy lights, and they turn on. And then it's just layers and layers of this little kind of tulle fabric filled with pom-poms, filled with tinsel and fairy lights, and it is the most fun, the silliest garment I've ever made, but it is so much fun and I love wearing it. And sometimes all you need to do is just sew for fun, and sew whatever comes into your head. And isn't that the superpower that sewing is? So yeah, not quite sure where I'll wear it, but I love it and I absolutely love it. So that was my sewing this week. So plans for this week. So sewing plans are fairly light, I think. I would like to continue with my foundation paper piecing quilt. I've got a flower block that I'd like to incorporate into that as well. I would like to do a makes video on everything I got made up in November and December. I think that's going to be another bumper edition. But aside from that, the sewing is going to be fairly light, unless I suddenly see some sort of decoration or festive thing on Instagram that I suddenly want to make, which probably will happen. Let's be perfectly honest about that. Aside from that, it's just going to be family time. So the boys are going to be finishing up at school, going to be finishing up with creche. We're going to be having family to stay, which I'm really looking forward to. We're going to be visiting some people, some friends and family as well, which is going to be really, really great. I would like to continue with my festive baking. So I did a little bit of it. I'll pop in a picture here of little cupcake penguins that I made a few weeks ago, which came out really well actually. They look utterly adorable. So basically it's a cupcake, a bun, fairy cake, whatever you like to call them, then with water icing on the top dipped in grated white chocolate, then Smarties for his toes and his nose. I've got little candy eyes, and then it also has Oreos for his wings and his face. Again, it's something I saw on Instagram in the middle of the night while I was scrolling because I couldn't sleep, but they worked out really well and they're super cute. My boys helped make them. We had a really, really lovely time. So I might make more of them, but I also would like to make, I found a lovely recipe for peppermint chocolate chip cookies, which I really would like to make. And you might remember my gift to November, the pie holder, that's been gifted this weekend, and I'm going to fill it with Millionaire's shortbread. I love making that. It's absolutely delicious, so I really want to make some of that as well. And then it comes down to this week really, the big shop. Buying everything Christmas, making everything for Christmas, the usual, I've got all the meats, I need to make all the stuffings, all the cranberry sauces, all that good stuff, so I'm really, really excited about that. And then just kind of, I think towards the end of the year, taking the foot off the pedal, family time, spending time with my husband, my two little boys, and just enjoying Christmas and us all being off and just going for nice walks and pottering around and just enjoying each other's company, which I'm really, really looking forward to. So a massive thank you to everybody who watched all my videos all throughout the year. I might be back to you before the end of the year, but we shall see. As a reminder, I mentioned it last week, if you're interested in any of the classes or workshops at the Crafty Studio, so either for yourself or maybe for a last minute Christmas present, Anne-Marie has a wonderful selection of classes and workshops. I'll link them all below. If you use the code workshop10 between the before the 31st of December this year, you get 10% all the classes in December and also off all the classes in 2025. So I would really encourage you to take a look at those. They look absolutely wonderful. So that could be a good little last minute treat for you or for a loved one. So thank you very, very much for watching today's video. I really, really do appreciate it. I know there's so many wonderful Vlogmas videos out there, so to everybody who watches this video and comments, thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all getting some time for some lovely, lovely sewing. Hopefully no last minute festive sewing, hopefully. I hope you're all keeping warm because it is a freezing cold day here in Dublin. I'll leave it there for now. Thank you very, very much, and I'll hopefully come back to you soon with some sort of a different video anyway before the end of the year. Take care everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.